Over 23,500 children in the foster care system in Florida as of 2020. New tonight at 6, more families are accusing Florida's child welfare system of manipulating facts to keep some children from being placed with relatives. Investigative reporter Katie Lagrone was first to report on a statewide lawsuit accusing workers of fabricating evidence to deny families custody and then letting people connected to the system care for the children themselves.
And dozens of viewers reached out after Katie's initial story. Tonight, she's digging deeper to discover how a system created to help families stay together doesn't always achieve that outcome, forcing some into painful and costly court battles just to keep their youngest relatives from being given away.
It can't be understated how our child welfare workers play a critical role in protecting children and their families. And while there are thousands of successes, this story is about what happens when children are removed from their families and never reunited, even when they have relatives who are ready, willing, and able to care for them, but are denied.
I feel like they run the courtroom, they run the judge.
It was a system I trusted, and I shouldn't have.
They are among dozens of family members who recently contacted me.
She is our blood. She needs to be with us.
Through email, by phone.
We're going through it right now.
My sister is also affected by the same process.
Sharing how they say Florida's child welfare system, created to protect children and support families, went out of its way to break their families apart.
She was given away and never seen by her family again.
I just feel like she was basically kidnapped from us.
They just stonewalled us.
This is the last picture Kurt Houston has with his granddaughter in person.
We was at the water park.
It was 2018.
I had her up to the water spigot and she's just and pouring water on me, and it was just a lot of fun.
His grandchildren were in foster care and have been since their mom died of a drug overdose that same year. But so far, the Houstons' attempts at adopting their young relatives have failed.
They're our grandchildren. That's what we have left of our daughter.
Research shows children do better living with family. So much better, state and federal laws mandate state welfare systems must diligently search for ready, willing, and able relatives before placing a child with a stranger in foster care. The Houstons say that's not what happened to them.
We've been through, use the expression, we've been through hell and back.
Instead, they claim the state is painting them as detached and unfit to bring their grandchildren home. In this 2021 caregiver home study they provided to us, neither grandparent was flagged for any disqualifying offenses. Their home clean and appropriate for children. The home study approved, yet their request to adopt denied. Among the reasons stated, the children's bond with their foster mom and lack of any significant bond with their biological grandfather, who, according to this paperwork, also missed 4 visits with the children last year.
I showed up every single visit. I was on camera ready to go, you know.
Even if he had to leave work early.
Which I did often.
He screwed up.
It's indescribable.
Shocking is also how this South Florida grandmother describes her fight for her granddaughter, a veteran neonatal nurse who adopted the baby's brother years earlier. Susan Carrier provided us her state denial letter, stating the baby also had a strong bond with her foster parents, who had been caring for her while the baby's mother tried to recover from addiction. When mom lost that battle a year later, grandma sought custody. Too late.
I mean, the state has duties to families in crisis and protocols to follow, and they didn't do it.
I don't get it at all. I'm shocked. I don't know what to do.
These Ohio aunts devastated too after they blame unnecessary system delays for keeping their young niece from family in Ohio, where the baby's own siblings already live. In paperwork they provided, the baby's mom, struggling with addiction, requested the child be placed with family there. These aunts passed home studies, but a Florida judge denied it, ruling the baby stay with her Florida foster parents instead, where she's well bonded. Those foster parents also employed as guardian ad litem, legal advocates for kids in the state's care.
She basically ran the show. You would have thought the foster mom was the caseworker.
It's a system often criticized for operating in secret and making its own rules. And these latest family accusations echo a recently filed lawsuit we first told you about last month. In it, 4 different families accuse workers within Florida's foster care system of fabricating evidence, hiding and withholding key information, and ignoring state and federal family laws to divert children away from biological family members, then place them with system-connected strangers seeking children of their own.
If in fact what is alleged is indeed true, that's pretty horrific.
Loyola University School of Law professor Dr. Sasha Coupe is a leading expert on kinship care, child welfare, and family rights.
Decision-making in this area is so discretionary.
And with child welfare systems often overburdened and understaffed, she says it all contributes to the long-standing issue of relatives being bypassed, ignored, or unjustly disqualified from getting custody.
Systemically, I think part of the problem is that we don't have a lot of information about what happens in child welfare overall.
We know Florida's Department of Children and Families wouldn't answer questions about any of the families we've spoken to, including families named in this lawsuit. Cases involving child placement and custody are by law confidential, making it difficult for outsiders, including us, to fully understand why some relatives seeking custody of young loved ones are approved while others denied. But data we found online shows in 2020, the percentage of Florida children adopted by relatives neared 50%, consistent over the last several years and among the highest of states nationwide. According to DCF, trained professionals evaluate each case and try to keep families together whenever it's possible and safe. When it's not, the department works with partners to make sure placement and services are in the best interests of the child. Not according to these relatives, still fighting the state to keep their families intact.
We're not going to give up. She is our blood. She needs to be with us.
Our intention is to get our grandkids at any cost.
What remains unclear just how often attempts by relatives seeking custody fail and why. We've asked DCF for that data. They have yet to respond. I'm Katie LeGrone reporting.